The time has come. The endless hours of practice are over. A lifetime of games comes down to just one. It's the 2005 Alabama High School Basketball Championship from the Birmingham Jefferson Civic Center Arena. Bright House Networks and the Alabama High School Athletic Association present the best high school basketball teams going toe-to-toe to determine who is number one. Now let's go to the press box with your announcers, Dave McDaniel and Lee Davis.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Class 6A Boys State Championship here at the Birmingham Civic Center. These finals are being taped and cablecast by Bright House Networks and the Alabama Cable Telecommunications Association. Cable television providing local coverage of local events, something you won't get with any satellite service. I'm Dave McDaniel, along with Lee Davis, and tonight we've got a great game for you. Number 2 in the nation, Leflore Rattlers, taking on the Auburn Tigers, Lee.
And Dave, leading up to this moment, obviously both teams had to overcome opponents in the semifinal round. Let's take a brief look at how the teams got here and what their coaches had to say.
First up for the semifinals were the 28-6 Huffman Vikings in their first trip to the Final Four to tip off against the 28-7 Auburn Tigers. Tiger coach Frank Tolbert knew what had to be done.
The key was to get 24 and 21 in foul trouble.
The Tigers pounced early, but the Vikings bounced back with the help of JaMichael Clay.
And I didn't know that 3 could shoot the ball as well as he did, but he did a good job of shooting the basketball. He kept them in it. And the big difference was Towle, I think, making those 3-point shots there.
If that just wasn't enough, with Tyler Cannon's 15 points and field goals, Auburn advanced, beating Huffman 48-41. In the second round, the 26-9 Sparkman Senators took on the legendary Leflore Rattlers of Mobile. But the Rattlers had more to battle than just the Senators.
These guys were sick. The flu, guys, just chests were burning, but they persevered.
None of this mattered to the Senators, who sent the game into overtime. But after the extended time expired, the Rattlers shook off the Senators in a close classic battle, 58-53. Now let's go back to center court for tonight's starting lineup.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Birmingham Tip-Off Club, the Alabama Basketball Foundation, and the AHSAA, we welcome you to the Birmingham Jefferson Convention Complex for game number 34 of the 2005 State High School Basketball Championships. This is the Class 6A Boys State Championship game between the Leflore Rattlers and the Auburn Tigers. Here are your starting lineups for today's game. First, for Leflore, a 6'2" senior, number 2, Stephon Groves. Number 3, Number 32, Terrell Baker. A 6'2 senior. Number 33, Tyler Cannon. A 6'8 senior. Number 43, Tony Easley. Auburn is coached by Frank Tolbert and assisted by Chris Brandt, David Odom, and Ernest Webb. The officials for this game are Stan Dixon, Shelby Tuck, and Mike Latham.
Tigers there running an offense that's giving Leflore all kind of headaches. A 3-2 zone now set up by the Tigers.
Brian Campbell brought it down for the Rattlers.
Feeds to the inside. Easley kicks it back out. There's a shot from near the stripe. It rims out Easley with his second rebound.
Easley's owning the board right now, Dave. Just 2 rebounds, but basically nobody's getting close.
Shot up and no good. Easley gets a rebound back up. Can't get at the ball. Finally, a dominating move by Hales for the Rattlers to pull that one down. Shot from the corner, three-point attempt.
It's good.
And the Rattlers are on the board.
That's quick. Stephon Grove put that one in and immediately pulls his team to within one.
Auburn had a lot of flash in the very beginning, but that three-pointer has made it only a one-point advantage. Easily, very high up on top of the key. Gives it up there to Baker. Now around to Kurt. Kurt gives it out easily into the paint.
What a move!
Holy
Got the house down with that one, Dave.
6-3, Auburn leading the number 2 team in the nation. Feet inside. Good job. Great body work by Edwards to get the basket.
Yeah, no question. Harold Edwards is 6'7", senior center, and again, it's a one-point ball game, Dave.
Kurt across the timeline for the Tigers. Gives it up to Easley. All around, trying to find somebody open, and does. Shot up in the blocks. It's no good. Rebound Leflore. Edwards pulls that one down. That time an ill-advised shot by Baker. Along the baseline. Here's a jumper from the side.
Andrew Hales, the senior forward, puts it in, and all of a sudden, flash dash. LaFleur's up 7-6, and we're just getting a little taste of this Rattler juggernaut.
Cannon controlling. Drives along the baseline. Put his shot up. It's off the rim. No good. Baker has it. Gave it to Easley right off his forehand and out of bounds. Easley was wide open for another slam.
Yeah, Baker just got a little too fancy with that pass, I think.
And may have put a little bit too much mustard on it. And boy, this first quarter screaming by. 3:30 to go.
Holy Terrell, what a fast pace we've seen.
And it has been wide open from the jump.
As opposed to the girls' game that started off a little slow.
Three-point shot away. Off the rim, no good. Controlled there by the Tigers.
Campbell got run out. I'm sorry, Holloway got the. I'm sorry, I'll get it right. Vincent Kurt got the rebound.
And Kurt across the timeline finally. He was getting trapped back there as Hollinger was keeping him tied up. Cannon goes back, gets the loose ball, feeds it in. And there's a foul coming in. No, travel.
He took steps.
On Holloway.
Good steps.
Holloway shuffled the feet as he moved toward the basket. You're going to see some spectacular play in this game.
On both sides.
Well, the Rattlers slow it down just a bit now as Hollinger gives across the way. Campbell has it, feeds inside, and there's going to be a travel call.
They're going to say, he took
Edwards was moving the feet again.
No question.
It's all about position, and when you're going up against a young man like Easley from Auburn, you got to have him. And sometimes going up against some opposition like that will cause you to shuffle the feet. Try to get that position. Kirk across the timeline again for the Tigers. Feeds it over to Baker. Baker drives the basket and gets it.
Nice shot putting it in.
A couple of Rattlers there to try to slow him down.
8-7 now. With the Auburn Tigers just narrowly in front.
Edwards was there trying to get the defense, but couldn't make it to stop. Edwards now controls the ball for the Rattlers across the way. He'll give it up there.
Shot from the corner, no good.
And again, a rebound controlled, that time by Hollinger for Leflore. He has it, goes in the paint. And he's retaken by
Easley. What a force.
Man, I don't know if I'd want to go in the paint against him today. He is playing exceptionally well here in this first quarter.
It would be a difficult task, no doubt about it.
The Rattlers slowing it down. A $1:50 clock rolling here in the first period. 8-7 Auburn leading it. 3-point shot. Not going to fall, and Easley has the
got the board. Easley's got the board.
A correction, that is Baker, I believe, and now it's out of bounds. Kurt couldn't handle the pass.
Yeah, Brian Campbell missed a shot. Easley had it, and then it looked like Baker got a hand in it, too.
Minute 34 to go. First period of play, 8-7. The Tigers leading the Rattlers. Hollinger ready to inbound, and does.
Campbell being very, very precise at this point, very careful as they basically maybe even played for the last shot of the quarter with a minute 26. I don't know.
Wouldn't surprise me. Let's see what happens here. As now Hales had to finally give that one. Excuse me, that's Edwards had to finally give it up. Well, that's Hales, I'm sorry. Shot from the corner, 3-point shot, no good.
Nothing.
Holloway has it for the Tigers, and they're back on offense with a minute to play here in the first.
And the Auburn crowd is taunting Leflore with air ball, air ball, air ball cries.
Holloway guarded closely there by Campbell and lost the ball out of bounds. Tried to pull the ball down. I think he came with too much force and forced it up, got away from him. Change now for Leflore as Grove will take a seat and Mahan comes into the lineup, number 23. Also Baker taking a seat for Auburn. And that is going to bring in McQueen, number 15. Rattlers with 2 rebounds on both ends, offensively and defensively. Auburn with 6 defensive boards. That's the key there for the Tigers, and 2 on offense.
46 seconds left in the quarter. Auburn up by 1.
Thought about taking a shot from the corner. Long pass. Open for the 3. Decided to hold it down for just a moment. Yeah, they'll work it over into the corner again toward the top of the key. That's where Campbell is standing. Campbell in the paint. Puts it up. Over the tall one.
Good.
Couldn't get it to fall. Rebound by Leflore. Put back up. And now we got bodies on the floor. It's going to be out to Leflore.
That was Cannon, I think, knocked it out. So I think, Leflore will take it underneath.
Another change coming up for the Tigers here. Reese coming in, number 5, and that's going to give, Holloway a chance to sit and catch his breath, and another Tiger change on the way. Smith comes into the lineup, number 20, and he will replace Cannon. And wholesale changes about to come up for Leflore. 4 coming in now. We'll try to get those as they are.
Something you couldn't have seen Davidson do in the other game.
Let's see, you've got Campbell, Hollinger, Edwards, Haynes, and Mahaney in the lineup for Leflore. Kirk almost got a steal there. Pulled down quickly. Let's see how the shot goes here. Izzo working on around to Mahaney. Mahaney almost sailed that one out of bounds. Nice recovery there by Blakes. 9 seconds to go. Long 3-point shot. Ball short. 4 seconds remaining. Drive to the paint. There's the whistle. A traveling call.
Yeah, they're going to call it kicked out.
And that time Blakes just lost his feet as he went inside.
So Auburn will get the ball with the lead with 2.3 seconds left in the quarter.
Full court pressure. Cannon back into the ball game, giving Kirk a seat on the Auburn bench. What a wild first quarter here in Birmingham. Feet inside, 2 seconds, 1 second, stolen by Leflore, and that's it. Blakes was there to get it, but couldn't do anything with it.
Into the first quarter, Auburn 8, Leflore 7, and again, like we said, Dave, anybody that thought Auburn would be intimidated by Leflore definitely would have another thing coming. How impressive is Tony Easley on the inside here in the first.
You know, all these ads for satellite TV, they make it sound like such a great deal. Well, here's the real deal. First, you gotta sign this annual contract. Ouch. Then, there's service and installation. And if there's ever a problem, guess who's responsible? And here's the kicker. A separate receiver for each television in the house? That could cost several $100s more. Satellite TV? I don't think so. I'll keep my cable.
Bright House Networks, home entertainment that revolves around you.
Maybe an NBA signing. We'll see what happens with that.
Very well could be. Holloway brings it up for the Tigers. As Campbell will be on him defensively. Feed to the inside. Up and
pretty
good.
play.
Nice move on the inside there by McQueen to get the basket.
McQueen puts it in. 10-7.
Rattlers down by 3 now as Campbell will rotate around to the right side of the key. Auburn playing a 1-2-2 zone. Being very flexible. They'll break into the man-to-man when they get inside that 3-point arc. Grove has it, now gives it up there to Hollinger. Hollinger's going to try to make something happen. He'll stop. Finally does have to give it up, almost tossing it out of bounds. And Auburn is showing some defense here.
Yeah, definitely got it. Packing them in right now with that zone.
Feed inside. Now back outside. 3-point shot on the way.
In and
no
out.
Good.
And Auburn's got the bound.
Cannon has it. He'll stop. Gives it up quickly now as Holloway will run the offense.
Holloway says, let's run this one.
Off to the left side goes Holloway. Thought about giving up, does. Easley has it. Easley dishes it out. 3-pointer on the way from Cannon. It's no good.
Oh,
Easley there to
Beasley, what a play! 12-7, Tigers up by 5.
Auburn stunning this crowd here. Leflore, a heavy favorite. Now the move comes in. Nice dish.
Oh, nice move. But the rebound goes to Easley.
Guess what? He is controlling
it. It was a nice dish, but it didn't go in the hole.
6 boards already in this game for him. The Tigers with 6:12 to go, up 12-7. And 5-second rule. That time Baker got caught. Couldn't give it up, so Leflore showing they can show some defense as well.
6:09 to go in the first half. Auburn surprising up by 5 under the undefeated and number 2 in the nation ranked Leflore Rattlers.
Amazing they played no home games this year.
None, not a single one.
Wow. Clock near the 6-minute mark now. Hollinger gives it up into the corner. Driving through the paint and does, and nope, it's waved off. Foul's going to be called, and let's see who'll get tagged with this one.
Yeah, you could say Leflore had trouble winning at home this year.
I guess you're right. Cannon, I believe, got the. No, it's going to be Holloway getting his first.
Holloway's first.
And amazingly enough, only the second team foul. Three-pointer is off the mark, no good. Big rebound there for the Tigers.
Hales missed that one, had a little too much mustard on it.
Parker comes down with it, and up court quickly comes Holloway. Boy, Hollinger is all over him. I'm going to give him a. Finally, he does give it up to McQueen. Gets it back. 5.5 minutes to play. Holloway really trying to just get loose. Finally does give it up to McQueen. McQueen drives to the basket.
Nice touch by McQueen.
Uses the body.
Just a junior. 14-7. Auburn doubling Leflore right now.
Thought about a 3. Pulls it back down. And now there's going to be a shove on the inside. And let's see if it's going to be on McQueen. Let's see, that was Hales drove to the basket. It is McQueen, his first personal. Team foul number 3 for the Tigers. Leflore has yet to commit a foul.
Hard to imagine the way they've been going up and down the court.
This is a true thoroughbred game here. Campbell gives it up into the corner. Gets it back. Thought about the 3. Holds it down. Now feeds to the top of the key. Shot up, and it's good. Finally, some points there by Edwards.
Harold Edwards puts it in. It wasn't too far from being a 3-pointer, but wasn't quite beyond the line.
McQueen drives down to the paint and falls down. It's going to be a blocking foul. And a good call there because at no point did Edwards have his feet set. He moved the whole time. First team foul for the Rattlers.
Tyler Cannon will take it out of bounds for the Tigers.
Campbell has it, dishes it back out to Holloway. Holloway almost stumbled and lost the ball. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen sooner or later. Hollinger, so tight defensively, gets called on that one.
Yeah, so it took his hand off.
So Cannon ready to inbound, it does.
Holloway goes up.
And there's another blocking foul.
Yeah, it's called a block. It looks like Holloway is. Looks like he may have landed on his hip, Dave.
They have, and Williams could not believe they made that call.
Well, he doesn't want to come out of the game either.
Maybe a knee, Lee, the way he was grabbing his leg for a moment there, but
could have his knee or his hip.
Yeah. He's
going to shoot.
Chance to put the Tigers up by 6 here.
Tillman's just a junior, and he makes it, and now it's a 15-9 ball game.
This game's gone by so quickly, you rarely get a chance to look at the scoreboard. Second shot hits the mark. 16-9, a 7-point lead. Campbell stops for a moment. He'll drive in, puts his shot up, and it finally doesn't fall in. Tips around.
There's the battle.
He got it back. Thought about the 3. They'll move in. Slicing. Nice move that time by Mahaney to get it to fall.
Mahaney made that one, and now it's a 16-11 game.
Just over 4 minutes to go before halftime.
Like I say, Dave, you don't have much time to look at the scoreboard in a game like this.
Really don't. Number 1, the offense called by Holloway. Feeds it over to McQueen. And there's the foul, little shove. They're going to call the foul on Auburn.
Yeah, call it on Auburn. It'll be Leflore's ball. And the Natalie attired Otis Hewley, the coach of Leflore Rattlers, on the sideline. And, hey, I like the tie, Dave.
Baker, yeah, nice tie.
His tie, not yours.
I understand. Baker's one against the foul for the Tigers. And into the game now for Auburn. Let's see who that's going to be. Is Cooper, number 50. 4 minutes to play before halftime. 16-11. The Rattlers trying to put something together here and climb back into this game. Down by only 5 in the quarter. Williams has it. Gives it back now.
Working it back around.
Very
That's
slow
Campbell.
and methodical.
Yeah,
They're not going to run too much right here.
Trailing by 5.
Auburn adjusting very well defensively. There's a pick, and now the foul. And the foul's going to be on Leflore.
Yeah, Cannon made the steal.
Cannon with very quick hands gets in there.
Hey, might have been a good foul. I'm not sure anybody would have stopped Cannon from the steal from scoring on that.
Hollinger gets his second. He'll sit down on the bench now. And he is replaced by Hales, number 21. Kirk back into the lineup for the Auburn Tigers.
Kirk bringing it down, taking it across the center line.
And now Campbell's got to work on the point guard for the Rattlers. Very tough man-to-man. There's an off-balance shot. Oh, if that would have gone, it would have been something else. Almost an over the back there by McQueen, but not a foul called. Drive into the paint. Turn around, Jay up. It's
nice
good.
Shot. Good touch.
Edwards gets the pair for
Harold
the
Edwards, the senior center for Leflore, cuts it to 3, 16-13.
3 minutes now to play before halftime. Kirk rotates to the right, now drives in, gives it back up to Easley. Easley looks for somebody, finally does get it out there. Cannon holds it, gets it slapped away. He'll get it back, and now a foul's going to be called.
They called the foul, yeah.
Mahaney
it's going to be on Mahaney.
A shove right as they got to the midcourt stripe.
And so Cannon will take it out of bounds.
The Rattlers 6 of 22 from the field. Auburn 7 of 13. Only 27% from the field for Leflore, while the Tigers are shooting 53.8%. Cannon controls. Correction, that's Baker. Cannon had it, and it went through his hands. Kind of looks a little miffed at Kirk. I'm not sure that he just took his eye off the ball, let it slide through.
Yeah.
You get a good look at McQueen. He's a young strapper. Campbell slowly up court for the Rattlers of Leflore out of Mobile. 2.5 minutes to play before halftime. At the half, Jasper Levio will have all the numbers for us.
And I bet his pins are wearing out writing right now.
Probably
he's got to be tired.
Mahaney gives it back up to Campbell.
Campbell backs it up and said, let's try it again.
Yep, trying to break that defense. Auburn in that zone has just created all kinds of headaches for Leflore. Now drive by Mahaney. Can't get it to fall. There's the foul.
Got to call a foul, yeah.
And let's see who they stick this one on.
Mahaney will be going to the line.
Looks like it's going to be on Cooper. His first personal, number 5. Or is that 6 for Auburn? That's 5.
5 for Auburn.
Both teams with 5 fouls apiece. 2 more to give before their opponent goes into the bonus.
Kind of surprised where they've been going back and forth. There hadn't been more fouls called, though. Mahaney's first shot is up, and it's no good. Bounces off the iron.
Checking in for the Tigers, number 3, Tilton Holloway.
Holloway coming back into the lineup. Who's going to sit down now? It's going to be Kirk? Yeah, Kirk goes to the bench. So a little bit larger lineup now for the Tigers. Trying to get some height in there. Second shot away and good. Now here comes that full court pressure Leflore is so famous for, and it's broken quickly by Auburn. As Holloway gets it across the line, feeds into the inside, shot up high off the glass, it's no good. Rebound fought for, finally controlled by Auburn. And I'm telling you, Holloway had to hustle for that one. Now bodies fly on the inside, it's going to be off a Leflore player. Either that was going to be Mahaney or Edwards that got a hand on it.
Be that as it may, Auburn will take the ball out of bounds. With a 2-point lead, 1:51 to go in the quarter.
feet in. Easy basket there.
Impressive.
Very nice work by
Baker.
Minute 45 to go. And an 18-14 4-point lead for Auburn. Now there's one in the paint. High hook shot won't go down. And quickly, Holloway comes up with it for the Tigers.
Holloway getting across the line now as we're a minute 30.
Auburn wanting to extend this 4-point lead over the Rattlers. Nice feed, but it's going to be lost there. As Cooper let it slide through his hands. Fast break all the way down. Oh, and it's rejected.
Oh,
and
boy.
More shots are knocked to the floor.
Underneath. Holy Toledo. Tim Holloway came down, and I think he may have put his elbow in somebody's nose, perhaps. And Hales will go to the line to shoot.
Holloway, the diminutive player on this Auburn team, as far as height is concerned, is really playing like a 7-footer in there.
First shot's good.
So Hales makes him pay for that one.
That's it to 3.
Easily back into the lineup now. A minute 17 to go. More changes in for the Tigers as Reese comes into the game for the first time tonight as Holloway goes to the Auburn bench.
Second shots.
So Hales now 2 from 2 from the strike. Full court pressure. Finally they do give it up as Cannon controls. Drives in, and let's see who's going to get the foul on this one. Is it going to be Williams or Hales? Williams gets the tab on that one. That is his second personal. Both teams with 16 fouls.
And now McQueen goes to the line. Minute 7 left.
Chance to put the Tigers up by 3 here if he can hit it.
That's good. That's a 3-point game now.
Well, the Tigers came out on fire to start this game, and I think really took the Rattlers by a little bit of a surprise. But the Mobile team has settled down and played some very good basketball.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is going to be another barn burner, I think, Dave. I mean, you got to be impressed with Auburn, their height, etc. I wonder how 7 teams beat them.
Hard to say. Rebound there controlled by Hales, and here come the Rattlers back down court. Hales, 3-point shot.
From the parking lot's good.
Big 3-pointer. It's tied at 19.
Tie it up.
Under a minute to play. And there's the foul coming up on Blakes for Leflore. Didn't give Reese hardly any opportunity to get it up court.
And he'll shoot the 1-on-1 here.
I tell you, Leflore, if they can find the fine line defensively, it'll be a much different ball game.
But I know Auburn's got all these inside weapons. I don't know how you stop them all, Dave.
Blakes takes a seat now on the Leflore bench as Browds comes in to the game for the first time, number 23. Actually, he's already been in the game. He had a rebound earlier.
Reese sunk it. So it's briefly tied now. Auburn regains the lead.
Really, that's Connor in number 11. I can't see his jersey from here.
It's 10.
Oh, it's 10, okay.
It's Browder.
That would be
Browds.
For another 3, no. They'll move inside the arc. Pop back up from outside. It's no good. Rebound fought for. Controlled. Great job that time by Baker to muscle it away.
Auburn's got the ball. We'll see if they play for 1 here to try to go in by 4.
Quick drive by Reese. Reese to the paint.
It's good, and he threw the foul. Yeah, he threw the foul.
Reese just went into the land of the Giants and goes to the glass and gets the basket.
Well, big it's Mayhem.
Hales.
It's against Hales, okay.
Yeah, Hales, and that is going to be his first personal. And more importantly, that puts Auburn into the bonus.
With 30.5
actually, we were in the
to go.
bonus a minute ago. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The last foul.
No good.
And coming over the back is going to be Easley. Nope. Yes. Wait, let's see. It's either going to be Easley or it looks like it might be Baker. Easley. His first personal foul. And now Leflore in the 1-and-1. 29 seconds.
To be Harold Edwards.
Almost 30, 29.
Senior, 6'7" senior. Nice shot of Harold as he looks in the bucket. Shots up. It is no good. Bounces off the rim. Rebounded by McQueen.
So the Tigers trying to work it back up court again. Almost a turnover. There it is on the floor, and a good scoop that time. McQueen gets it and tried to feed it, and Leflore picks it off. Down court, off the glass. No good! Oh, my goodness, what a rejection. Look at this. Bodies everywhere, and finally lost out of bounds.
And somebody lost their water bottle on the side there.
Oh, my.
Getting some wild action here in the final seconds of the first half.
You talk about a highlight tape. This game is full of them. Kirk back into the lineup. Oh, as Holloway sits down for Auburn.
And talk about a full crowd. It looks like they've opened up the upper deck here, Dave. It's a nice little crowd assembling in the nosebleed section here at the Birmingham Jefferson Convention Center.
Good crowd. We would estimate somewhere in the range of about 6,000 people. This place holds 18. Three-point shot off the rim, no good. Under the board rebound. Let's see, it's going to be out to Auburn. Thought for a moment there that McQueen had knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. But the Tigers will take it underneath with 1.5 to go. And it looks like they will go in with a halftime lead.
Shot by Easley. Good!
Soft touch by Easley. 25-19 at halftime as the number 2 ranked Leflore team in a little bit of trouble here. That is the end of the first half. It's Auburn 25, Leflore 19. We'll be right back with Jasper Levio in the first half stats in just a minute.
We were on the roof, there are all these wires.
Who wants to monkey with a dish and all that stuff?
I'll never go back to the satellite dish.
We had a dish. We tried to install it.
We had this programming contract. We had this whole installation thing.
With satellite TV, local channels were going to cost extra.
When it rained, the signal went out. If it was windy, the signal went out.
It wouldn't work. I tried to call.
I got a problem with your satellite dish. Who are you going to call?
Who wants to bother with it?
Don't buy a dish.
Bright House Networks, home entertainment that revolves around you.
It's the end of the first half, and of course it's Auburn leading number 2 in the nation ranked Leflore 25-19. Let's go to Jasper Levio and get the halftime stats.
Thank you, Lee. In the first half for the Leflore Rattlers, they had 10 rebounds. They turned the ball over 3 times. They were 2 of 9 from the three-point line, and they were 3 of 5 from the free throw line. For the Auburn Tigers, they had 16 rebounds. They turned the ball over 10 times. They were 0 of 3 from the three-point line, and they were 5 of 7 from the free throw line. Individual scoring for the Leflore Rattlers, they're led by Andrew Hayes with 7 points, Harold Edwards with 6, and for the Auburn Tigers, they're led by a couple players. Tony Easley with 6 points, and Asim McQueen with 5 points. Lee, I tell you, Auburn's really quick, and they come out and
tall.
Tall, yeah. Easley's really made a difference in the first half with the rebounds that he's had so far, and they need to try to control him. And on the other side, they need to try to control Andrew Hayes there for Leflore. But what a great first half we've had.
No question about it. It's been a great first half. I think it'll be an even better second half. Again at halftime, Auburn 25, Leflore 19, playing for the state 6A Boys Championship. We'll be right back with the second half in just a minute.
Okay, that's one satellite dish, one receiver, and pretty soon you'll be getting a whole bunch of channels, Mr. Harrison. Just sign right here.
What's this?
Just a little contract that obligates you for 12 months.
I never had to sign a contract for cable TV.
It's just part of the deal, sir.
Now, I still get local channels, right?
I'll have to check your zip code, plus that's extra.
And how about another receiver for the TV in the bedroom?
That's not part of the deal.
So I can't get another receiver for the TV in the bedroom?
Oh, you can, but that's extra.
Bright House Networks, home entertainment that revolves around you.
It's time to begin the second half action to determine who is going to be the state Class 6A Boys Champion. These finals are being taped and cablecast courtesy of Bright House Networks and the Alabama Cable Telecommunications Association. Cable television is providing local coverage of local events, something you won't get from satellite service.
Welcome back to Birmingham, the BJCC Arena. The road to the Final Four is on its final stop in Class 6A. The Auburn Tigers, who started so hot in the beginning of the game, had Leflore on their heels. The Rattlers have since regained their composure, but do trail by 6 as we begin the second half action. Dave McDaniel, along with Lee Davis, Jasper Levio, and the entire Bright House Networks crew, appreciate you watching our broadcast today. Hollinger already trying to work it in for Leflore. Feeds on around the horn as Campbell now has it. Campbell goes into the corner and gets it back. Hales tries to set a pick for him. Now they get on around the horn. Feed inside. Nowhere to go. Three-point attempt on the way. It's going to hit the top and go out.
It goes over the top, so automatic turnover.
So Campbell not going to get a chance to get that three-pointer back. Full court pressure by Leflore. And they are clamping down.
Yeah, a lot of
Holloway has his pocket pick. Quickly inside is Mahaney. Gives it up and scores.
And the pressure does what it was intended to do right off the bat, Jeff. I mean, Dave create a turnover and a bucket for the Leflore Rattlers.
25-21, Auburn leading it. And another pick and a basket.
Oh, boy. Hey,
and we've got a 2-point game.
Auburn needs a timeout right now.
Leflore is just starting to come to life now.
In the first 55 seconds, that Leflore defense has just overwhelmed Auburn with pressure. And now the Tigers are going to have to adjust.
If Leflore has another pick for points, I dare say the right side of this Civic Center is going to explode. Second personal foul, by the way, now. I believe that one's going to be on Hales. It is. First team foul, second half for Leflore. Auburn finally does inbound it, and Kirk has got his work cut out for him. Third time the Tigers try to get it across the timeline.
Intense pressure all over the floor by Leflore.
The Rattlers have come out on fire here. Feed into the corner. Cannon feeds it in. And McQueen gets a good basket.
And that's one way to take the edge off the momentum. McQueen going inside for the bucket. 27-23 Auburn now.
Hollinger will feed on over to Hales. Hales onto the corner where Campbell is standing in the wing. Auburn again in that zone. That created so much of a hassle for Leflore in the first half.
He says, let's step it out and run it. And they're coming inside now is Leflore.
Hollinger gives it up to Mahaney. Mahaney along the baseline and loses it and out to the Tigers.
Back. And Coach Healy is just furious about something. And I think the coach has earned himself a technical.
I think he just received a tee. We'll wait and see it. He is bent.
He is bent. That's a good way to put it.
No technical assessed on that one. I thought I saw the official give the tee sign. And there's a pass going out and backcourt.
Yeah, they're saying it went back. Yeah, so Auburn gets the
Campbell
ball.
had a foot on either side of the stripe when he got possession of it.
So Auburn will take the ball out of bounds at midcourt.
27-23, Auburn leading it, and Kirk controls.
With a precarious 4-point lead, but the lead nonetheless.
Campbell giving him everything he's worth going down court. Kurt stops, gives it up to McQueen. McQueen feeds it back out to Kurt. And Leflore with a stiff man-to-man defense. Kurt over to Easley. Thought about McQueen. No, gives it up to Baker. Baker now gives it up to McQueen. Nothing there. Cannon shot on the way. It's good.
It is good. Tyler Cannon puts it through, and the lead is 6 once again, ladies and gentlemen.
29-23. The Tigers lead the Rattlers in the 6A state championship. Feeds at the top of the key. Mahaney has it. Now gives it over in the corner, and I believe that is going to be Hollinger over there. No, it was Campbell.
And the ball's loose. I think it hit his foot, Dave.
Quick move that time by Edwards to come up with it.
Leflore keeps it.
Trying to feed inside over the big man.
Nice touch.
Yeah, very nice as Hale gets a basket.
The 6'5 senior puts in a nice one.
And he puts it over the big 6'8 center for the Tigers. Good spin move by Cannon to get it across the timeline and then throws it out of bounds.
Goes out of bounds, so Leflore will get it back.
Williams coming into the game for Leflore. The Mobile fans saying, let's go Rattlers. Undefeated on the season. Ranked number 2 in the nation. It's the highest high school ranking in the state of Alabama in the championship history.
I think you'd have to go back to the Charles Cleveland days at Bibb County to find a year a team was even close to that.
Or Parker with Cap Brown.
Yeah, Parker, absolutely Parker.
Drive on the baseline,
yeah.
and there it is. It's out against the Rattlers as Hales went up against Easley.
Yeah, Parker before that probably in the 1960s as well.
That's one guy I'm going to tell you what we all miss here in the Birmingham area.
No question.
Cap Brown.
I think about him every day. I really do.
Tremendous basketball coach, and better yet, a mentor of many great men.
And a great friend of ours, too, as it turned out over the years.
Absolutely. Kirk across midcourt, gives it up. 3-point shot. Oh, off the rim, no good. Quick rebound there by Williams for the Rattlers. Gives it up now as Hollinger feeds into the corner. 3-point shot on the way. Falls down, it's no good. Rebound off to Leflore. Almost a disaster if Auburn had come up with that rebound. Drive to the basket, spin move is there, and a charge.
And they call the charge, absolutely.
And Mahaney is upset.
The bucket will not count, I assume.
Saying Mahan, I'm going to correct that. It's Mahan.
It's the second on Mahan.
Yeah. And Leflore is going to take a timeout. 4:12 to go. Third quarter. The Rattlers trailing Auburn 29-25.
And you got to wonder, Dave, Leflore came out like a house of fire to start the second half. It looked like Auburn momentarily was back on their heels, but they seem to have weathered the storm and have pulled the lead back out to 4. So once again, it looks like at least once here the second half, Auburn has momentarily withstood a fierce Leflore charge.
McQueen leading the Tigers in scoring right now with 7 on the court, and Hales leading the Rattlers with 9. Neither team having a person in double digits right now. Auburn shooting 57% from the field, while the Rattlers a low 31%.
Wow, it's hard to imagine that they're shooting that poorly.
Only Mahan is shooting over 50%. He's right at the 50% mark. Trying to inbound it, and no!
Yeah. There's that Leflore pressure again, Dave.
And that time, Baker, very confused. Look, what do I do? What do I do? Give it up. High pass. Finally controlled out here by Mahan.
4:10 to go.
Mahan trying to pass behind the back and lost it. Baker has it. Drives, puts up the shot.
No good.
Off the rim. Ooh. This game could be a blowout in a hurry if somebody's not careful. Campbell thought about it. There's a 3-point shot on the way. Rims out easily with a rebound for the Tigers. So both teams trading empty baskets. As Kurt now will bring it up for the Tigers. Gives it off now to Baker. Baker to Easley. McQueen thought about taking the shot. Drives. Oh, nice off balance. Couldn't get the ball. Rebound back to him. Up again. And can't get the ball. Second, third shot. And he's fouled going up.
Looked like they were.
And that was Easley, by the way, who was fouled.
Yeah, it looked like they couldn't get as many shots as they wanted, Dave. And it worked out because now they go to the free throw line, and that will be Mr. Easley.
Edwards will get his second personal foul. Team foul number 4 for Leflore. Auburn has yet to commit a foul here in the second half.
For shots up, no, it is good.
Well, with these 4 fouls, though, Lee, that is a product of very physical, in-your-face play.
No question.
And Leflore's had to really try to step their game up. Now down by 5. If Easley hits this shot, they'll be up by 6. On the Auburn bench. That's the number of the player just went in. I believe that's going to be Miller, but I'll double check in just a second. It's up and good.
He hits them both. 31-25 now. 3:28 to go in the third quarter.
It's going to be Smith coming in for the Tigers. Number 20, 31-25 now. Auburn leading here in the second half. Third quarter action, 3.5 minutes to play. I believe we've also, Williams into the game now for Leflore. Hollinger, Edwards, Williams, and Mahan on the floor for the Rattlers. Kirk, Smith, Baker, Cannon, Easley on the floor for the Tigers. nearing the 3-minute mark here in the near corner. That's where Mahan has it all the way across court. Hollinger's shot. Thought about it. Nope. Pulls it back down. Backs it out. Now feeds into the corner. Trying to make something happen here.
Coach Hewley's got his coat off, Dave, and it's good.
Edwards gets the basket. 3-point line.
Cuts 31-20-27.
Kirk has got his work cut out for him because Hollinger has played some tough defense tonight. Hollinger right there with him step for step now. As Smith has possession for the Tigers. Gives it up there to Baker. Now there's Cannon, number 33. And all over him is Campbell. Finally, Kirk has it. 2.5 minutes to go here in the third. Kirk drives in, gives him a little shove. No foul called there. Smith's going to have to go to work. Oh, and there's the foul.
Yeah, absolutely.
And man, Mahan, for the moment, wanted to complain and says, no, that's okay.
No.
Shakes it off and goes down
sure
court.
Did. So, anyway, Leflore got another opportunity here.
And that, I believe, is the third foul. No, they're calling that one on Auburn. They're going to call
Leflore got the ball. Yeah,
okay.
So the call went against Auburn.
Got to wake up here. Smith, his first personal. On the baseline. High shot. Won't fall in there. As Cannon brings it up now. Gives it back off to Kirk. Under 2 minutes to play here in the third. Smith looking. Trying to get a pick and does get it. Will rotate around into the paint. Puts the shot off balance.
Good.
Big rebound. Back up. And that is Campbell. No, correction.
I think it was Baker. It was Baker. Darrell Baker got the putback, got the garbage bucket, and Auburn's up by 6 now.
Largest lead of the night for the Tigers.
And what a story this would be if Leflore would come to the brink of the championship where they've been before. Remember last year they lost that unbelievable finish in the semifinals against John Carroll. So they've been here before.
But what about the Auburn Tigers? Bridesmaid 3 different times.
Yep.
Weaving in and out of traffic. Oh, man. There's the basket about to be put up under there. And let's see where they're going to call this one. Is it Easley or who? Oh, looks like it may be on Baker. Let's wait and see. It's Campbell.
It's Campbell.
Cannon, I'm sorry.
Cannon, my bad, Cannon, yeah. Okay, to the line goes Harold Edwards for a shot up and good.
And this is where Leflore has to make the Tigers pay for it.
33-28, minute 17 to go in the third period.
Blake's back into the ball game for Leflore, replacing Campbell. The Rattlers field goal percentage now down to 30%. Misses the second one easily with the rebound for Auburn. Finally, Kirk gets it away from him as Mahan was all over easily. Kirk, quick pass. Smith, jump shot. Rims out, no good. Garbage basket up and good for Cannon.
Cannon right underneath, perfect positioning, making the bucket, and it's a 7-point margin as we're inside the 1 minute mark, Dave.
35-28. The Tigers leading. And they have led this entire game, Lee.
Yes, they have.
There may have been a time in the first quarter.
Yeah,
Leflore
briefly, but pretty much it's been wire to wire.
Edwards gives it up across the way to Mahan. Mahan feeds to the inside, gives it back to Edwards. To the top of the key. Now on the round to the corner where Mahan gets it inside. Feeds to Williams. Williams turnaround jumper. No good. Bodies again flying around. Who comes up with it? Auburn does. Quickly, Cannon has it. Down court. Feeds. An easy slam for Easley.
Easy slam dunk Bill. And this Auburn crowd is going beside itself. You'd think Cornell Williams was here. They're getting so excited.
A 9-point Auburn lead. 30-28. 8 seconds to go. Drive quickly by Blake. He'll give it up. 3 seconds. 3-point shot on the way. No good. And you know, that shot is pretty much summing it up for Leflore in this game. Close but no cigar.
Yeah, the Rattlers look just the least bit rattled right now.
0.6 seconds to go. They're just going to let it bounce. Takes a long shot.
It's got a chance.
Oh, my God.
Whoa. Talk about someone that brought the house down. If Vincent Kirk could have connected on that one, this place would have gone nuts. That's the end of the third quarter, and an upset again in the making at the Birmingham Jefferson Convention Center. Auburn 37, Leflore 28.
Dear Satellite TV, I'd just like to say thank you. Thank you for convincing me to switch to cable TV. With Satellite TV, I had nothing but problems. With cable, I get all the channels I want, better reception, more features, and a more reliable connection than I ever got with Satellite TV.
Bright House Networks digital cable means more channels, more features, and guaranteed service.
Satellite TV? Forget about it.
The final 8 minutes. Does Cinderella wear a crown? Or does the undefeated number 2 ranked Leflore Rattlers come back to snatch victory?
Number 2 in the nation, we might add. Not number 2 in the state. But Auburn looking very much like the number 1 team in the state right now, or the nation.
Kirk calls the number 2 offense for the Tigers. Gives it up quickly there to Baker. Baker on around to Cannon. Cannon lost it after getting it swatted out of his hands. Now they feed it on around to Baker again. And Leflore very, very tight defensively, man to man, as Hales is all over him, and there's the foul.
Yeah.
That's the 4th foul.
4th foul.
On Hales. And I'll tell you what, Leflore does have a pretty good bench, but these first 5 rather, very strong.
Yes, they are.
For the Rattlers.
Kirk will take it down now for Auburn as they have a 9-point lead. And who would have thunk this, Dave?
Kirk backs it out. Looks for an open man. And there it is.
Play. Holy
Smith
Toledo.
all by himself under the basket.
Norris Smith gets the bucket. And it's an 11-point double-digit lead for the Tigers as Leflore may be headed to its first defeat of the season.
Long time to go in this game, though. 7 minutes to play. They'll need some threes to get back in this one. And
they just need to make some shots.
Foul. I'm not sure Easley should have done that, but he did reach right over the top of Edwards in the paint.
Right now, they just need to make some shots, Dave.
Kind of feel like Easley was out of position. And that's a 3rd one on Easley.
Third on Easley. Yeah,
for Auburn.
Well, still 7 minutes to go, though, but yeah, that's something to think about for sure.
Easley did come out for a period in the 2nd quarter. So Auburn can function without that big 6'8" youngster in the center. Boy, Williams all over him. Finally, they get it out to the outside where Hollinger controls for the Rattlers. Correction, that is Campbell. Mahan trying to work around and does. Finally gives it back up into the corner. Feed inside. There's a shove, but the basket does count.
Puts it in.
Edwards gives a little shoulder into Easley's midsection.
Yeah, Edwards might have gotten away with something there. Nevertheless, it's a 9-point game now.
That it is. Smith says, come on, let's move this ball up. Man, they do. They break the press. So Smith's going to stop now at 6.5 minutes to go in the game. And the Tigers holding a 9-point advantage. Cannon around. Turns, shoots, drops.
Bottom.
Stop
Tyler
it,
Cannon hits a big one. 41-30 and 11-point balls now for the Auburn Tigers.
Well, Auburn trying to keep this lead extended here at least by 9. But there's still some fight in these Rattlers. They're not going to give up that easy. No, Campbell now.
You don't go 34-0 by quitting.
That's it. Hollinger outside the arc. Gives it up. Mahan thought about the 3. He'll take the 3. It's going to come up just short. And rebound for the Tigers by Kirk.
Auburn with the ball and the lead. 5:38 in the ball game.
Easley has it. Stops here at the top of the key. Gives it up. Cannon shot.
Hey,
my goodness, he's on fire. Cannon.
Now. Red hot. 13 now.
10 points for Cannon.
Timeout.
And you can sense the Auburn Tigers feel they have it wrapped up with a lot of time to play.
Long way to go, but you can see the momentum is definitely blue and white right now as desperately Leflore needs a timeout. And they're going to have to get very, very aggressive here at the end to try to turn this thing around, Dave. But right now, you can see the Auburn crowd is very, very excited as the cheerleaders come out with their own brand of somersaults. And who can blame them? There's a lot to jump up and down about right now.
Yep, they're in the lead so far.
Do Auburn High School folks yell War Eagle? Or is that just Auburn University?
I think that's the university.
Okay,
only.
Wasn't sure if they had a patent on that or not.
Let's give you a quick scoring rundown. Cannon and Easley both with 10. to lead the Tigers. Meanwhile, Edwards for Leflore, the only player in double figures with 11. Neither team right now with a double-double easily needs 1 rebound to have 10 boards.
And is not Leflore only shooting about 30% for the game?
Last time we checked, it was down to about 30%. We'll wait for these new stats to roll back over in just a moment. Offensive rebounds, 9 for the Tigers, and the Rattlers have 10. Defensive rebounds, here's the key. Auburn with 20 defensive rebounds. The Rattlers with only 8. It's scoring 30% from the field for the Rattlers and a cool 54% for the Tigers.
I don't care if you're 34-0 or 104-0. If you can't effectively shoot and you can't get rebounds, it's tough to beat anybody.
Another 77% from the stripe for Auburn has been a big key here as well. 5:14 to go. Leflore facing a possible loss, the first of the season, if they can't get back from this deficit. Quick drive into the paint, high up and good.
Put it in.
Campbell made that one count in a timeout for the Rattlers.
And boy, what a dirty look. I would not want to have Otis Hewley mad at me. He gave an official a look reminiscent of the Sonny Liston stare of the 1960s. And that official was going to come up and say, hey, Coach, you gave me a really dirty look. I didn't appreciate that. Coach Hewley is having a rather animated exchange with the officiating crew, as we mentioned early on, was Stan Dixon, Shelby Tuck, and Mike Latham. And the exchange ends very shortly. And I think the official was making it clear that he wasn't going to take any guff. I think it was a warning.
We're about to see a T come
Jasper
up right
Levio, our official, believes forewarned is forearmed. Coach Hewley has been warned. Coach, you're on very thin ice right now. You're very close to getting a technical here. Coach Frank Talbot, of course, on the sidelines with his Auburn Tigers. What an inspirational story he is.
Absolutely. Feed in, and Williams will control right now. Correction, as Smith for Auburn. Across the timeline, under 5 minutes ago.
Almost a turnover opportunity there, but did
not
occur.
Would have been big. And see, that's that pressure. Oh, backcourt.
Backcourt. It will go back. Leflore will take it now.
Again, that tough man-to-man that Leflore plays lends itself to your competitors losing the ball.
We're down to 4:49 to go. 43-32. Auburn stunningly out front, but it has not been an upset. They have been the dominant team today.
Long three-pointer, no good.
Oh.
And Easley with a rebound. He is being harassed greatly, and now turns it over. Kurt had it squeezed out of his hands. Mahan in the paint. His shot up. Won't fall. Quickly guarded there and captured by, let's see. That was Hollinger, and it's out to Leflore. Well, you can tell the tempo of this game's picked up.
Yeah, well, it was pretty high to begin with, but it's
Smith goes out of the game. That's going to bring in Holloway for the Tigers.
And with 4:26, LaFleur's got time basically for one serious run.
Well, let's see if they can make it happen here at 4.5-minute mark.
Campbell
down
with the ball,
43-32.
working deliberately.
Mahan has it now, feeds across the way. Long three-pointer, no good. And Kurt with a rebound. He goes to the floor, jump ball in favor of Leflore.
Leflore's get it.
Well, I tell you what, the Rattlers are getting some breaks right here.
Yes, they are, but they need to convert them. And the Auburn crowd, the pro-Auburn crowd, did not like that.
Good job by Campbell to get that one. 4 minutes now to play here at the Birmingham Jefferson Convention Center. The Class 6A State Championship. Three-pointer off, no good. And a quick rebound there by
Baker. Hit those, but they haven't hit them all day. Only shooting 30-something.
Holloway feeds, three-pointer from Cannon.
He's dead.
Oh, my goodness!
Holloway drains it. I mean, assuming that was Cannon that drained it.
It was 13
that was
points
Tyler
for Cannon.
Drained it. And that's going to make it a tough hill to climb now.
And there's going to be a foul right there. Cannon's going to get flagged as Edwards put a spin move on him in the paint to try to get a basket.
13 points
Holy
for Cannon.
Cow. Cannon,
oh, boy.
Cannon has hit his last 4 shots in a row.
And you don't want to say that it's over when there's still 3:40 to go, but that was an awfully big one psychologically and otherwise.
Rattlers down to 28.9% shooting from the field.
Wow.
Oh, my. And from three-point, well, I'll wait for the stats to roll back over. We go from rebounds to defensive to offensive stats. I'll give you the three-point average for the Tigers.
But either way, Dave, close enough to tell you what the difference has been today.
Three-point shooting, 25%. Cannon at 33%. Anytime you shoot 30% or higher from the three-point line, you're doing pretty good.
I think so.
All right. Campbell going to try a three. Can't get it to fall. And there's Edwards under the basket. Can't get that one to fall.
LeFlore can't
Got it back.
right now.
Goes up and he's flat by easily.
Easily.
My goodness. Now the little man goes in the paint. Can't get it to fall.
LeFlore cannot buy a bucket
still
right
fought
now.
for it. They get it back. Thought about the three. Drives in. Dishes it off. Nice move. Little behind the back spin. Won't go in. And I believe that one session of passes has been what the game has been about.
And if you notice, Hewley, you got to wonder if there's some kind of invisible cover over the basket. LeFlore just cannot put the ball in the hole.
Can't get him to drop, that's for certain. Finally, Holloway gets it across the timeline, gives it up to Kirk, or does he? Yeah. Kirk has it, harassed in the corner, and wide open. Right there's Holloway, dishes it off. Guess who? No, it's Baker that gets it here. Another pair now.
Darrell Baker puts it in. And the lead is
32.
With 2:50 to go, and it's going to take all kind of something.
Drive to the paint, controlled by
Leflore,
Leflore, who finally has it now. As Grove comes up, dishes off, three-pointer, it misses. Leflore gets it back. Oh, my. Campbell goes to the corner, now gives it up. Long three-pointer, it's no good. Cannon with a rebound, and here he comes down court for the Tigers. Cannon weaves through traffic.
What a pass!
Oh, and then it gets rejected.
And he got a little too fancy.
And a three-pointer by guess who? Cannon!
Tyler Cannon drains it for three, 51-32. And Dave McDaniel, I think you can put the nail in this one. I think this one is all over.
Goodness.
Campbell misses again.
Cannon.
And this place is going berserk.
Cannon just unreal. Baker has it. Back to Kurt. Why not give it to Cannon? He hasn't missed yet. A minute 50 to go. 51-32. The Auburn Tigers about to pull the biggest upset of the year over the number 2 national. Oh, intentional foul going to come here.
And how ironic that both in 6A, the girls team that went wire to wire number 1 and the boys team that went wire to wire number 1 are going down to defeat in the state tournament.
Edwards gets popped with an intentional foul, and that's going to be a 3-shot foul.
3-shot foul, yeah, because of where it was, yeah. 1:41 to go. Auburn 51, Leflore 32. And Otis Hewley can do little now except
the Auburn contingency much smaller than that of Leflore. Really starting to make a lot of noise right now.
20-point lead, and who would have dreamed it? Now 21, thanks to the free throws by Tillman Holloway.
Well, with $1:41 to go, unless they just start draining threes.
Well, they haven't drained anything. So I don't know why you'd think they would now.
3-point
shooting 24% for the game.
9% from three-point land. There's another basket by the Tigers. And guess who popped that one in? That was Holloway. And with $1:37 to go, Auburn leads it 55-32.
Unbelievable, Dave. What an exhibition we've seen, particularly by the Auburn Tigers in this second half. Leflore, the nation's number 2 ranked team, not only going down, but going down in a big, big way. 23-point margin with 1:37 to go. And as the cliche goes, who'd have thunk it? Not me. Incredible.
I think all you have to do is look at Campbell, who now has Cannon, who has 16 points and 6 boards, and now easily with that last rebound has his double-double, 10 points and 10 boards.
And you know, we think Auburn's a surprise here. Heck, nobody thought Auburn would beat Huffman in the first round game.
And Huffman's a hoss out of the city of Birmingham.
Yeah, and they were humbled by the Tigers.
As a matter of fact, the coach of the Auburn Tigers was saying,
he was pretty.
Huffman game, that
Tarbert was
the
pretty
papers
bitter
already said we're going to lose.
Yeah, Tarbert was pretty outspoken and bitter about it. But obviously, he had the last laugh, or he has it right now anyway.
All right, 1.5 minutes to go before this one is over with. The outside, there's a 3-point shot off the rim, no good, no surprise there.
Shooting 9% from the, or now less than that from the 3-point line.
Yeah, try 6.7%.
Ouch. Down to minute 14. Auburn just
got some fresh faces in the game too.
Happy to
talk about.
So these kids can tell their grandchildren they played in the championship game.
Turnaround jumper up and good. First point scored.
And that young man is Greg Miller, a junior getting doubtless the highlight of his basketball career.
Spin move up, it's no good. Tip in, it's no good.
Leflore can't buy a basket.
McDade has it. He'll drive the lane, get the basket. Oh my, this thing has just gone wide open.
If this were a boxing match, the ref would have called it a TKO.
You're
it
right.
would have been a TKO a few minutes ago.
47.4 seconds to go. Auburn 59. A stunned Leflore 32.
And the folks in the loveliest village of Auburn, Alabama, as if they haven't had enough to celebrate lately, they're not only going to bring home a SEC football title for their college team, they've got a state 6A championship for their high school basketball team, and nothing fluky about this. This in the second half has just turned into a good old trip to the woodshed.
Wow. I still have to go back to Cannon's 5 straight shots. 2 of the 5 were three-pointers.
Absolutely, just broke this thing open. And Cannon has got my vote for the MVP, I would have to tell you. If in fact I had a vote, which I don't.
Let's give you the 5 starters for the Tigers right now as they stand. Kirk, McDade, Holloway, Baker, and Miller for Leflore. It's Grove, Campbell, Hollinger, Hales, and Mahan.
Nice of Frank Talbot to let some youngsters get in that maybe haven't seen that much playing time. But, yes, they, too, are a part of this championship. And
Talbot going down the line to each of his players, giving them a big old hug, a thank you. This is, I've seen upsets in high school basketball league, but this may be the biggest.
Just as far as the hype, and obviously what Leflore did on the court, unbelievable, 34 straight wins, not playing a game at home, but it's all come back to bite them today.
Campbell weaving and runs into an Auburn player, that is Harris.
And William Norris, a young 10th grader, goes into the record book now.
I think you've got to give the MVP of this game to Cannon.
Yeah, I think so too.
3-point, there's one. It's a 2.
They finally they finally got a bucket. It's the big thing. Harold Edwards broke the drought, and I'll say this: not a whole lot of quit as Coach Hewley takes a timeout, but his Leflore Rattlers are trailing by 24 with 35.7. So you can go ahead and cart up the trophy because it's going to go to Auburn, Alabama after a 2-year reign by the John Carroll Cavaliers. And the Auburn cheerleaders celebrating in front of us. They do some pretty nice cartwheels themselves.
Not bad. We have seen not only a great basketball game today, but quite a gymnastics show out as well.
No question about it. It's been something else.
Here you get a good look at some of the Auburn fans enjoying what will soon be a Tiger victory.
As Coach Dye used to say, there's some members of the Auburn family.
Check out your eligibility.
Eligibility. They need a quarterback with some mobility.
35.7 seconds to go. And Auburn trying to bring it up court. That's Sport, I believe. Yep, he had it. Finally across the timeline, Gilmore. He'll try to fight through the press. Won't get it. Turnover. The Rattlers coming down court quickly. Edwards stops. 3-point shot on the way from Edwards, and he'll bounce it off the rim. No surprise there.
Rebound by McDade.
McDade will get it. You're right. And the reason I say no surprise
14 seconds.
That's the way this game has gone today for Leflore. And the final seconds start to tick off. A little feed to the inside. No. Foul's going to be called. Traveling, actually.
It's all academic now, though, Dave, with a 24-point lead. Who would have dreamed it? And when you see USA Today, and it says that the number 2 ranked team was defeated for the state title by 24. A lot of folks around the country will think that's a misprint.
And the final seconds roll off the clock. The Auburn Tigers have pulled a mammoth upset here in Birmingham for the 6A state championship. It's the Auburn Tigers 59, the Leflore Rattlers, formerly ranked number 2 in the nation, 35. We'll be back in just a moment with a postgame show.
Dear Satellite TV, incredible, stupendous. That's how I describe the picture quality I get with my digital cable. When I had satellite TV, if it rained, the picture went out. When the wind blew, it went out. When my dog sneezed, it went out. My cable is totally dependable, and channel for channel, it costs me less than the dish.
Bright House Network's digital cable means more channels, more features, and guaranteed service.
Satellite TV, forget about it.
Welcome back into the Birmingham Jefferson Civic Center, where the Auburn Tigers have won the Class 6A Boys Basketball Championship with a 59-34 rout of the previously undefeated and number 2 in the nation-ranked Leflore Rattlers, Jasper Levio. What can you say? Tyler Cannon, I just think, took over the second half.
He sure did, Lee. In the first half, he only had 2 points, and he came strong in the second half to play his game and stuff. Let's go over the final stats. For the Leflore Rattlers, they had 22 rebounds. They turned the ball over 5 times. They were 3 of 23 from the three-point shots, and they were 4 of 7 from the free throw line. For the Auburn Tigers, they had 32 rebounds. They turned the ball over 17 times. They were 1 of 4 from the three-point shot, and they were 9 of 11 from the free throw line. Individual scoring for the Leflore Rattlers, they're led by Harold Edwards with 13 points. Andrew Haynes had 9 for the Rattlers. On the other side, the Auburn Tigers, they're led by Tyler Cannon, who has 16 points. He only had 2 in the second half. And Tony has 10 points. Baker and each have 8 for the Auburn Tigers with an impressive win. And Lee, I thought the inside game was the key with Tony Inslee going up against Harold Edwards for Leflore.
Darrell Baker was terrific too. Also,
yes, he was. But that was the key matchup outside. But what can you say about Tyler Cannon? Huffman, and he did it against Leflore, so he's a record recruit.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't know what Auburn was doing here, but they showed what they were doing here. No question about it. And you got to feel bad for Leflore, but give Auburn credit. And I mean, Leflore wound up shooting like 25% for the game, and you got to give Auburn's defense a lot of credit for that. Well, again, fantastic afternoon, particularly from Auburn. Congratulations to Leflore for an incredible season, 34-1. But came up short today, of course, and congratulations especially to the Auburn Tigers, the new Class 6A champs for boys basketball in the state of Alabama. Thank you so much for viewing. We'll see you later. For Jasper Levio and Dave McDaniel, I'm Lee Davis. Good night, everybody.